Hey guys, welcome back to Little Boy Customs. Today we're going to try to remove the motor, transmission, the front A arm suspension, what's left of it, and everything on the firewall. So this build here, I'm not going to go into detail like I did on the other build because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know exactly what I'm doing with this yet. So you're kind of just going to go along for the ride on this one, just to let you know. I don't know if I'm going to use this frame that's underneath this car or use the unibody that's underneath the other car. I know it doesn't have a frame, but we could use what is the frame underneath that car. So for the time being, typically what I would have done is if I knew which one I was going to use, I would have just took this body off and scrapped everything underneath and been done with it. But because I don't know for sure, I'm going to remove the motor transmission. That will give me the opportunity to make some measurements up here, make some measurements on the other car, and we'll figure out which one we're going to use. I do know that this car wheelbase is a little bit longer than the other car. So the Ford Taurus is about 112.9 inches long. This car here is 114 inches long, so I know that that is going to be a little bit different. So either we're going to, if we put this body on that car, we'll have to chop the body down a little bit as well in order to make the wheel well look right, which is not unheard of. I've seen another guy here on YouTube. I cannot remember what his name is or his channel name or anything like that, but he has one build that he did several years ago, and he put one of these cars on a Ford Mustang and used the Ford Mustang unibody and all that and shortened this body up to match that car. So I know it can be done. The other option that we could do is we could splice all of the running gear that's on the Ford Taurus into this car here. The Ford Taurus is like the old Camaros where it had a front actual frame that screwed into the body of the car. So it's not like that car over there. That's a 2001 Monte Carlo, or what's left of one. It has a K member underneath it, so it's a little different. The 2010 Ford Taurus actually has a front actual frame, if you would, and we could splice that into this and make it all work. I don't know exactly which way I'm going to go yet. So either way, let's get started on removing the motor and get going on that. Apparently nobody ever had to change the oil in this car because there's oil all over it. And all over the frame. It's probably like an inch and a half thick on the frame, something like that. So it was leaking oil like crazy before it finally clapped out. But first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get these A-arms off, and there's 4 bolts that holds that on. The 2 front ones I've gotten off. The 2 back ones I need to take off, but I still need to get through about an inch and a half of oil, or what's left of oil. It's almost like tar because of the thickness of it and how hard it is. It's not like normal oil. So I'm going to try and just get that off with this wheel. bet this car would have got great gas mileage if this guy would have took all the dirt off the front end of it. And maybe he was just had so much horsepower he was trying to keep it from doing wheelies. I don't know. Well, that didn't go as planned. Front came out great. Backside, not so much. Oh, shit. Gonna have to cut that exhaust out of there. It's in my way. Exhaust leak. Forgot to disconnect the clutch from the side of the transmission, so it's not going to go anywhere. Y'all gotta tell me when the camera's dying, because I can't see. Just let you know. Alright, so the hold up for getting the motor out is actually the transmission. The transmission, the clutch pedal that's going to the transmission is still hooked up, and therefore I can't get the engine out. But we should be done here in just a second. Well, now, you will come off. Get off of there. Come on. Don't make me go get a hammer. Alright, almost done. Got the motor out, got the transmission out. Transmission puked all over the floor, and then amazingly there was a ton of water in that motor, and it puked all the way the rest of the way out. So now the only thing left that I really want to take care of in this video is I want to get the firewall somewhat cleaned up. I'm going to take the air intakes out. I want to take the blower off, and then there's a little bit of bracketry here that I'm going to take off as well. And then also some of the miscellaneous stuff. I'll still have some wires coming out of the firewall, but for the majority of it, that'll take care of everything. So let's knock that out. Took care of cleaning up the rest of the stuff that's on the front end of the firewall here, so we have taken care of that. This is a good stopping point because we got everything out of the way. We can start doing some measuring on this car, doing some measuring on the Ford Taurus, and start deciding on how we're going to go about building this thing. In case you're wondering, yes, I still have the truck minus a motor and transmission. Had a guy come out here and buy the motor and transmission, and so he told me it's going to work out great for him. He did get it home and tore it down, and so that is a good deal there. Truck is still for sale. If you're interested, hit me up, let me know. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this episode here. Motor transmission's out of this car. Firewall's fairly well cleaned up. We are going to do some measurements on this car, measurements on the other car, figure out what we're going to do from here. If you like what you saw, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. And until next time, thanks for watching and be safe.